Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello. Hi, Ofa. How are you today? Um, Today I'm playing a game called Receiver 2. Uh, Contemplating life. Yeah, I get that. I'm doing alright. Yeah, not too bad. Um, I would be better if Twitch would let my new email out of jail, but alas, he is trapped. Alright, let's see. I probably need to. I don't think I'm on the first level. Oh, I'm on the first level, okay. Okay, so I haven't played this one. Oh, shoot. You know what? Let's just start over. I haven't played this on stream before. Um, it's kind of a roguelike, even though the devs don't describe it that way. But it's based around having like really realistic, like simulations of the guns that are in it. And it's kind of an interesting game. It has like a lot of dystopian themes, but also a lot of like it's very like it encourages like proper gun safety. Um, like so the objective is you go through these levels that are generated from a tile set, and you have to find these tape recordings. And the tape recordings vary between stuff that's like related to this, like related to the lore of the game, and then um, some of it's about like gun safety and stuff like that. I'm not like a hugely pro gun person. Oh, okay, off to a great start. Not a hugely pro gun person, but I really appreciate like it's nice to see a game where um it's nice to see a game where like the focus is on shooting, but the devs have really gone out of their way um to make it like encourage safe practices. I don't know. It's just not something. It's not something you like. It's not something you'd see in COD or something like that. But it's very challenging. You die from one hit. Um, and so on the first difficulty level, which is what we're on, you have just these sentry turrets. But as you progress um, through the five different um, difficulty levels in one run, um, there are more. Uh, I guess enemies is the word for them. It's the easiest way to describe them. So we got two in this one. Oop. Um, on the second difficulty level, the game introduces. Oh, I'm doing really bad with that. That was terrible. Okay, there's a ladder. Let's just go up. In the second difficulty level. Oh, and over. If the game this game does have the audio can be a little jarring with how loud it is. So if the audio needs adjusting, please let me know. But yeah, as I was trying to get the words out of my mouth, the second difficulty level introduces drones that have well, okay. Drones that have tasers, and then in the third level it introduces ceiling turrets, and then in the fourth level it introduces like armored enemies. And I've only been to the fifth level once, and I didn't get far enough to figure out what it introduced. But it's a really I really enjoy it. I think it's I mean it is very challenging, but I think um anyone who's like familiar with roguelikes, it's not going to be too overwhelming. Like I expected to die a lot. And you can hear that kind of singing, and that's like the game's hit. That's when you're close to one of the tapes, it starts singing, and then you pick up the tape and you start listening to it.
The gradual
You can just shoot the tapes so that you don't have to listen to it, but past the first level, you really have to conserve ammo. So usually I might shoot the fifth tape, just because that skips, you don't have to listen to it, and you get to the next level soon. And yeah, it definitely makes it dramatic. Like the first time, before I even played the game myself, I watched one of my friends stream it, because he's really involved in like the community for the game, and he likes streaming it. And like that was one of the things that really stood out to me, is like how haunting the singing is. And there's a uh, slightly different voice for each level too, which is nice. It adds a little bit of variety.
We live in a world in which hostile thoughts and
All right,
ideas are
and you
constantly
can
present
like
in the media.
right here, I've just picked up 3 in pretty quick succession. But
Events are often
especially in
also
the
outside of our
later
control,
levels,
outside of our
um,
control, but not
the tapes can be
outside
really
our
spread
control.
out, and it makes it a lot more
Others
difficult.
use these constant
Yeah, that's a good
events to
question.
create anxiety.
I'm not sure.
Thoughts flow
Um,
and by inserting harmful media into your life, your
I'm not really sure how that fits into the. I'm not sure if that maybe like fits into the lore of the game.
will spread these contaminated
Um,
ideas to others, allowing them to
or
degrade
if
more people.
yeah, okay. So here's the 5th one. So we're just gonna shoot this one, and then once we finish the 2 tapes we're listening to right now, we'll get to the next level. But yeah, it's an interesting question over it. I actually hadn't thought about it. I never really played the first game, so I don't know if maybe it was something they had in the first game for like a specific reason, and it just kind of just came through. It could just be to like help set the tone, because it's from what I've picked up from the tapes, this is kind of like a dream world. Um, and you're kind of interacting with the dream world. There's this thing called the threat, which is like what has caused the dystopia, and you're trying to defeat the threat, in through interacting with this dream world. So I don't know if it's like somehow related to that. Also, I'm trying to when you get the 5th tape, you kind of want to play it safe, right? Like you've essentially finished the level, but you still have to wait to listen to the queue of tapes. There have been an embarrassing number of times where like I've started messing around, um, and then I'll die before I get to the next level, which is very frustrating. But yeah, it definitely is unique. I mean, there's nothing else like it apart from the original game, but from what like the original wasn't like super well received. I think a lot of people felt like it was more of a tech demo than an actual game. And these devs also, between that and this game, they made a game called Overgrowth, which I had some issues with. I wasn't a big fan, and I was kind of hesitant to get another game by them. But my friend who's really invested in the community, it was his game of the year, the year it came out, and he has like 250 hours in it. And we have similar tastes in games, so I kind of trusted his judgment. Yeah, see, yeah, I bought it when I bought Overgrowth when it first came out, and yeah, I was a kid too. My kind of issue with it is just like, yeah, the bunny. Yeah, you're thinking of the right thing. Um, hey, Spiritus, welcome in. My frustrations with Overgrowth kind of stemmed from like how long it took them to finish development. Like that game was in early access for I think 8 years. Um, and it was kind of still pretty disappointing when it left early access, in my opinion. Okay, so let's just play it safe and shoot this fella. Yeah, I went back and tried playing it, think
Has
last
the
year
potential,
after they
but is
like
yet to be
officially
realized.
finished it, and
At
um,
last,
it
can
just
you
like it's
hear
just
it?
not that impressive, unfortunately.
There is an insidious force moving through your
Um,
area.
so so now we're on the
The
second.
mind,
Things kind of get
causing
a
widespread
little bit more
destruction.
serious on the second level. The
We
difficulty
call
that
this the threat.
definitely increases
We
pretty
have developed a
noticeably.
technique called mind tapping
Um,
to combat this threat.
and so I want to be a little bit more careful.
A
But
new set of tapes has
you know,
been issued to
when you come
train
into a new
people to
room, like
prepare you.
really before you come through the door, you want to be looking for the lights um that you can see and try and figure out where your enemy. Oh man, we got three in a row there. But there's a tape at the end, so I need to deal with this. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Okay. uh, let's see how best to deal with this. Mm, okay. We shot off his little the little camera, so he's good. Yes, it is. So, it does have a pretty limited tile set, which is like one of the weakest things about the game. So like, by tile set, I basically just mean the rooms. So like, this is the hospital tile. I think there's like 5 or 6 tiles. But then uh, within each tile, yeah, the enemy placements are always random. Um, so like I haven't been to the hospital before and seen 3 in a row like this. Um, so so um, it's not like you can
We
remember,
are all
you know,
taught
just
to
like memorize
carefully
where the
monitor
enemies
what we
are
put into our bodies.
or anything like that.
We eat this
The one
like
thing
that
is that
and have this other thing in
like once
moderation.
you've played it enough, you can kind of
But we are
memorize,
never taught
not
how
really
or
memorize,
what
but
we
like
put
you'll
into
have
our
a good
bodies.
idea of where the tapes spawn.
There's no use
And so
having a
like when you
healthy
get
body if
to a
your
new
mind
tile,
is
you'll like
poisoned.
know where to check.
The threat has used this control to remove choice over what you
Because
consume.
you do have to
If
be
you
pretty
uncritically
close
view
to the
media,
tapes to
you
get the
are
singing.
directly allowing the threat
Um,
to infiltrate your
and so
thoughts
on like some
and
of the bigger
compromise
levels,
your brain
or
from the
I mean
inside.
like hospital is a pretty big level and it has multiple floors that you can visit. I mean the whole map is like 3 floors, but this one is kind of more challenging because you can't, like a lot of them you can kind of see different parts of the level, but here you can only really see the floor that you're on. And so you have to kind of explore and make sure you're not missing anything. You can't just rely um, on the singing from the tape. And it's definitely like I know definitely like it definitely looks simple. That was one of my concerns going into it because you know like a lot of roguelikes can be uh, non-traditional roguelikes can be really flashy and there's a lot going on and there's constant action and stuff. Whereas with this, it's more of like a kind of stealth game with a little bit less action. Um, and I was concerned about that, but there's actually a lot. I was also just concerned that, you know, things would be too easy. Ooh. Like it'd just be like, okay, hop in, I'm just gonna blaze through this. But actually there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn for each of like how the different guns work. Um, so this is like obviously I have a revolver right now, so it's pretty straightforward. There's not too many malfunctions to worry about. Um, but for some of them, there's a lot that you have to deal with. Let's see, let's just take care of this. And then we got another tape, that's nice. And then also there's hacking, like you see what I'm doing now. And the hacking also varies. Like sometimes they have like a small area like that, and sometimes they have a big one. And basically you just have to tap a key on the keyboard to like keep the line in the correct area. And you're kind of um, racing against its kind of like anti-hacking measures, whatever you want to call it.
By associating the search for solutions with new
So if you don't
problems,
hack it quick
the
enough,
mind
or
becomes locked
if
in
you
a hopeless
accidentally like
state
overpress the
with
button and
no
hit
clear path forward.
I'll try and explain it better next time I hack something,
We
but
have developed a
you can mess it up and
microscopic trap in
it
this
kind of like
anti-pattern.
auto detects you
Like a hall of mirrors,
and
this
aggro's.
construct is based on illusions.
Okay,
and is
so here's our
capable of
first
shattering
drone. Oh, we've actually
Imagine
got
if
two
you
of them.
changed your
Alright, we're
mind
gonna
to
take out
something
one.
you would never doubt. Act like you believe this
Why are we not
true
firing?
for an hour.
These are all
every day.
spent. Okay, let's shit.
Do
Shit.
things make more
I
sense?
really hate the drones. I
This feeling
I really
of
oh
breath
shit.
and
I
free.
really struggled to deal with the drones. So essentially they detect you just like one of the just like one of the turrets would, right? But they're a little bit more challenging to deal with because they can move instead of just being static. Like with one of the turrets, like it's not that big of a deal if it spots you, because you can just kind of run or jump out of the way or whatever. But with one of these, if it spots you, it starts flying towards you, and they have a taser on the end that they can get you. And I have lost so many runs um, to getting got by drones. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Why my gun isn't firing. Um, it's not a big deal if you have like enough space to get away from them, but um, firing. But sometimes you get stuck in like an area where you can't really get away from them. And I've also been in situations before. Oh shit! So you saw when it turned red that it activated its taser. I've had a lot of kind of like that where I've like tried to go up to one and hack it, and I get too close or I mess up the hack, and then you're standing right next to it with its taser active, and it's pretty impossible at that point to get past it. We're just gonna shoot that for safety. I try as much as possible to just kind of shoot them and get them out of the way because I just make so many mistakes with drones that it's just not worth trying to save the bullet. Um, do that. We're pretty good on ammo right now, so I'm not gonna bother with that drone. Turret. Alright, so we got one on the other side over there. Oh. Also, like I'm shoot. You can also just kind of run at them like that sometimes. Like they're not quite fast enough to get you if you can get over them quick enough. But what I was gonna say is like I'm quite I don't know if superstitious is exactly the word that I'm looking for, but basically I kind of run off vibes, right? Like um you know, like in a turn-based roguelike or whatever, you have oh, okay, so here, this is a stealth turret. I'll go back to what I was saying in a sec, but this is a stealth turret. They only they're like asleep. Uh but if you walk past their motion sensor, then they activate. Um usually not something to worry about too much because you know, you hear that ping
Humans are
and you see them light up,
creatures,
so you
always
can usually
hungry
still
for
avoid them.
information. The threat is our
Um
ability to turn this strength
but
into a
you know,
scale.
it can be a little frightening if you're just kind of
They
walking through a
force
corridor and
humans from a
you walk past
fire
one and
hose
turn it
with
on and you
narratives
didn't know it was
designed
there.
to agitate and demoralize us, leaving
Alright,
our
so we've got a
minds
drone at the end of the
exhausted
hallway.
and crowding out our own thoughts. They divide the world into false
Why are we not
dichotomies
firing?
and demand we choose between obvious lies. To become a receiver,
There we go.
reject this choice.
And then also you have this flashlight, which can be helpful. It does make it easier to spot, like if you're scanning through a room, it does kind of increase the visibility of like ammo pickups or the tapes. But it also increase shit. The flashlight also increases the range at which enemies can detect you. Okay, Okay, so I think you start. Oh, there he is. Easy squeezy. And then another thing to think about is that, you know, each drone or turret or whatever has like different parts that you can break. So like here, this is like its camera, that's its taser, and then you have like the main body. With drones, you can pretty much always just count on shooting them in the main body to destroy their battery. But with turrets, it's a little more difficult. Oh, this is bad. Shit. With the turrets, you have to be a little bit more careful in your aiming to make sure you hit something. With the turrets, I usually aim for the little camera that has the blue light coming out of it, just because it's the easiest to. If you're at, where did the other one go? Oh, there it is. If you shoot the camera of a turret, that's the best. Like it's really easy to tell if you successfully deactivated it, because if you did, now there's no blue light, right? So if you're aiming at it from, say you're coming up to a new tile and you want to make sure it's clear before you get in there, and so you want to clear out some of the turrets or whatever. If you shoot its camera, you know for sure whether or not that thing's active or not without getting up close to it to check if the part's broken. Shit, man. Right, the fifth tape too. Ugh, hate drones. Alright, cool. Got stuck on something. One thing that's pretty fun is, so you see the drones have these, like, plastic housings for their propellers, and you can shoot those too, and then it exposes the rotor blades, and, if it starts chasing you after you do that to it, it'll typically just, like, run into a wall and break itself. Right, I didn't cock that correctly, I guess. There we go. And there's also like there's a real learning curve for the different guns too. You only start with a couple unlocked, and then you unlock more as you kind of hit milestones. But like for the Desert Eagle, this is a Desert Eagle, so it does a boatload of damage. There's this thing called a negligent discharge, where if you holster your weapon too quickly, or you do it quickly and you didn't put your safety on or something like that, it can go off. And usually that just kind of it just hurts you for a few seconds. You're not as capable. But the Desert Eagle is the Desert Eagle. So if you accidentally do a negligent discharge with the Desert Eagle, you die. You know, so that's one thing, you know, when you're getting used to the Desert Eagle, you have to be very mindful not to not to do that. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, for just like some general stream updates, Spree was kind enough to make me a little icon for the channel points. So our Brussels sprouts now have art attached to them, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. And also, Spree helped me get TTS set up. So I now have TTS set up like she does. So you just have to, it's just one bit, and then it'll read your message out loud. And it also has that set up for subs. So like when anyone subscribes, it'll read out the message. Okay, so we put that on safety and then we holster it. Negligent discharge is kind of like one of those things that it's really only a problem for new players. Like you just kind of have to get used to it. There are two exceptions. One, revolvers, you don't really have to worry about it. I I have been negligent with how fast I holster my revolvers to test it, and I've never been able to get it to actually discharge. What is the? There's two drones in there. But I hear, where's this tape? I hear a tape. Oh, here it is.
If your gun gets jammed so
I don't really want to deal with all these drones to be
move the slide
hit
into battery.
when I don't have a choice.
Have a double feed. This happens when the extractor fails to
But yeah, so I was saying two exceptions. You have the revolvers, which in my experience don't negligent discharge, and then you have the Glock. And the Glock is awful. The Glock doesn't have a safety, and the Glock is very prone to negligent discharges. I absolutely hate that gun. It is an absolute nightmare. If I'm on like the first level and I get a Glock, I'll just restart. And if I'm not on the first level and I get a Glock, I'll just be really sad. Also with the drones, because obviously they rotate around, the best thing to do is to stand underneath them. And as long as, ooh, where are you? Where are you? As long as it's high enough above you, it can't catch you in its vision. Where is this? I hear you. Where are you? Some spare bullets. I really wish you can kick the snooker balls around by standing on the table, which is really fun. But it would also be very fun if you could pick up the cue and do it that way. Maybe it's out here somewhere? Oh, maybe it's on that walkway. Let's go see. That's another thing is like just maybe not. Just navigating on based on the sound of the tapes is often not enough. Because it's not always obvious where it is. Case in oh, there it is.
One of the most common pistol malfunctions is known as the stovepipe.
Because if there are like two rooms right next to each other, you know, it might not be, the audio may not be different enough for you to tell which room it's in. So that's kind of one of those places where kind of having an idea of where they spawn is really helpful.
Like most malfunctions, this can be
I'll take a quick sip of my water.
Just smack the base of the magazine hard, rack the slide back and release, and bang. Shoot the target.
Anyway, as you can tell from how much I'm talking about this game, I'm a big fan. I've played, I think probably at this point in the stream, I've crossed the, before I started, I was at like 39 hours and change, so I've probably crossed over that point by now. So I've put 40 hours into it, and I still haven't beaten it. I've only been to level 5 once. But I'm hoping that'll change soon. Who knows? Maybe even during the stream we can get it figured out. Yeah, thanks, Hover. I really this is not good. We're not. I'm just worried. I'm worried about this train that's over here. Okay, it's behind that pillar. That's not too bad. Even roguelikes that are on like kind of the simpler end of things, like this, I think is on the simpler end of things. Not that it's not like a well-made game or anything like that. Just that there's not. It's fairly minimalistic. Like there's not a huge amount. Oh, we got a double feed. Shit, I'm so bad at clearing these. I really like roguelikes where there's a lot to kind of learn. Okay, so we're gonna take everything is meh for me. Yeah, I go through let me just take care of this drone real quick. Ah, shit! Oh my god, that scared me. Shit, shit, shit. Okay. Whew. uh, that was close. Um, we're just gonna see. That's why I stick with shooting drones, right? Because I don't want to deal with the jump scares. All right, there we go. There's that tape.
Are finally prepared to hear this message.
Everything is met.
You
That's
see,
the last one.
reality
Everything is met for
taken
me.
in
I definitely kind of
beyond
sympathize
your
with you
world
there, Opa.
is another
That
big,
I've definitely gone through like a lot of
light.
periods, especially over the past
We have
like
reached
3 or 4 years,
warning.
where I've just gotten into like kind of
Hear our message. You are
um
one of the few
gaming
who can help.
funks, where like
We call
nothing
you receivers.
nothing is
The
really
receiver who
holding
will
my
speak to the
attention
universe was
or
chosen because
or
he is
satisfying me
able to
enough.
hear us with exceptional
And
clarity.
honestly, that's one of the reasons I
With
like
time,
roguelikes
you
so
too
much
could learn his mind's
is
tech, but time is
um
not something
even
you
if you're
buy.
not. Oh, we got our first
There
ceiling
is
turret.
a threat to everyone on your planet, and they have been weakening your
I'm just
mind
gonna
through
shoot his
your
camera, I
media,
think.
lowering your natural defenses.
One of the reasons I like
Threat is
roguelikes
unavoidable.
is it's much less of a commitment.
All we can do is
Um,
prepare.
because like if I'm going through like a gaming funk and having a hard time like getting myself motivated to play games, I don't want to play some triple A game like Elden Ring or whatever because it's like you have to wait a couple of minutes to get into the game, and then you have to kind of figure out where you were, and then figure out what you want to do next. Figure out what you want to do next and all that stuff. Whereas with a roguelike, you can kind of just open the game, you start a new run, and you get going. All right, I don't want to deal with that either. So that's why I kind of that's one of the big reasons I gravitate towards this genre so much. It's just because it's so easy to pick up and help me get out of a funk. All right, we're down to 4 bullets, which I'm not super thrilled about. We got a ceiling turret up there. We got a drone over there too. It looks like. Um, they do. Turrets do have a limited amount of ammo. Ceiling turrets included. Alright, we took out its ammo box, so it'll just have the one round that was chambered. Alright, so now we're safe. Shit! Oh, man. Oh, I forgot to put the safety on and then I didn't holster it slowly enough, so I got the negligent discharge. That is a shame. It is, uh, it is frustrating getting to only one tape left in a level and then you accidentally off yourself. Ugh, man. Alright, let's get through this rank 2 level really quick so we can get back to rank 3. That is one nice thing about this game. I think it's probably one of the reasons that the devs don't specifically say that it's a roguelike. Um, but to me, like I said, to me it has kind of the same trappings. But when you fail a rank in this, you just go back to the previous rank instead of having to start over. I mean, you can start over if you want to, but you don't have to, which is nice. All right, safety on. Focus turret.
The vast majority
We
of
got our
shootings
first
take place
tape.
in low light conditions. So if you have a gun, you should also have a light. Now first, you needed to identify your target to be sure that there's an imminent deadly threat. Second, you can use it as a weapon in its own right.
So rotating turrets like this, I um,
can go far in convincing
it's
surrender or leave.
in situations like this where you could maybe stand on this chair or something, you can sometimes hack them.
The flashlight is a great
But
tool
typically
that has
with
many
the
uses, but it is
typically
only
with
as
the
good
rotating
as
turrets
the
like that, it's
operator
just
wielding
safer
it.
to
When using a flashlight in
shoot.
hostile environments, make sure you use
Also,
it
as you
appropriately.
can see, I jumped through the
Remember,
glass.
using it lights you up
Okay,
to
yeah.
practice
Oh, I appreciate you hanging out,
your
Ofa.
enemy as much as
Hope you enjoyed
are not careful.
learning a little
So
about the
with
game.
this in mind,
Do I plan to do a reading
use
stream?
flashlights
So I've been thinking about
Turn
that.
it on briefly, scan your surroundings,
I'm not
turn it off, and move.
I'm not sure
So
is the
your
honest
enemy
answer.
can't
I
get
think
in
probably
your
my
location.
first one will be a collab with Katie.
As a habit,
So I just
flashlight
need
will
to
take
kind
some
of
time
I need to
begin
talk to
when you
Katie and
find
kind of get the
yourself
ball
in a tight
rolling.
spot.
To see, just because I don't want to do a reading stream if you know, for like a really small audience. Like I want to make sure there's enough people for it to be worth. Because like obviously if people aren't there for the start of it, it's not really worthwhile. So the the short answer of what I just said is yes, hopefully sometime soon. I probably need to talk to Katie about it. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. I definitely I want to get it done soon, and I need to set up your overlay that you so I definitely want to do like a showcase of it. Even if I don't do a reading stream, I need to get it set up. But yeah, have a good rest of your night. Over. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. Alright, it's just an ammo box and a balloon. I don't know if I mentioned the balloons yet, but they just contain ammo. I think I interrupted myself earlier when I was talking about the glass. So anyone who's been here for a few minutes will have seen me like jump through the glass windows to get into like one of the apartment areas or whatever. You can just shoot. You can and sometimes have to shoot through the glass. Like how much damage they can take before they break kind of varies between them. But usually, you know, I try and avoid wasting ammo on that, so I try and just jump through if it's possible. The one kind of risk with that is that where is this drone? There it is. Uh-oh. Oh dear. The one risk with jumping through glass is that if like a glass shard hits you, it can hurt or even kill you. Like if you get hit by a glass shard that falls from above, that'll kill you. Let's hope the drone can't follow me in here. Oh dear. Alright, perfect. Wait, was there... Was it singing? I think that's just the TV. Alright. Let's hack you. Oh. Whoa! Oh my goodness. Wow, that was... that was too close for comfort. Holy shit. I'm surprised I got away with that. Okay, let's... Ooh. Easy does it, Mr. Turret. Alright, let's see. Please, sir, may I have some tapes? Please, sir, may I have some tapes? Ooh. Let's get up here and hack this bad boy. Oh, hell yeah, we got a tape.
Most receivers are initially
also, one thing that can, as you could kind of see there, that the bullets went through that barrel. There are some objects in this game that can be shot through.
Both old and new.
So you gotta be careful with that, right? Because you know, often you can kind of, if you get spotted by a drone, you just hop behind something.
In this case, the appropriate
But if you hop
behavior
behind
is to
something that it can
think
shoot through,
whether you believe in the literal
you may not be safe.
existence of the threat or not. If it
See,
doesn't
I don't think I
exist,
can.
you will have strengthened your mind and
Trying to do some
trained your
creative
body for
platforming to get
nothing.
up to this turret.
But aren't those goals inherently
Let's
worthy?
just play it safe and shoot this
In
tree.
this case, the means of defeating
Okay,
the
that wasn't
threat
a very good shot.
are valid ends in and of
I think I got
themselves.
his taser off though, so. Oh, it dropped in. Oh shit, that's a different drone. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Alright. I don't know where it stopped. Found it. Okay. I kind of want to go down into arcade and see if I can find anything. Shit! Alright, I'm gonna listen to my intuition that is now telling me I should not go down into arcade. I must be missing some tapes, like, on other different levels of the tiles, because usually I would have found more than 2 tapes this far into a rank 2. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oop. That was foolish. Gonna wait a sec. For that damage to hopefully go. Cool. Thank you. Man, I feel like I've got to be missing a bunch. Ooh. But then it's also like, you know, like for this tile, I'm gonna have to jump over this railing and land on the railing that's on the level directly beneath me. And that's like a big risk to go down into a tile that has a lot of enemies that may not have any tapes. So oftentimes I'll just kind of play it safe and stick with whatever level I'm on, even if I'm not having much success. Just because, you know, having to spend more time on the level is usually safer than taking big risks. But not always, right? Because like the longer you stick around in it, the more likely you are to make a mistake. This tile is not speaking to me either. Got a drone over there, don't like that. See, anything? Alright, let's go all the way up to the top. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know, this is another thing, you know, it kind of gets... Shit. It gets hard to decide, you know, what to do. Because you end up feeling like you're constantly making the wrong decision. Oh! I didn't realize you were so close. Oh dear. Got away from that drone, so let's just go over the top. Look at that, a tape. Good decision. Alright. Deal with you.
Natural capability to combat that threat. In its most basic form, it is a sequence of thoughts.
Please, sir, may I have some tapes?
That when executed
Please, sir.
result in protection to your mind.
What? Man. Ugh. That was stupid. I walked over the drone and it wasn't fully broken. That was really dumb. Alright, so now we're back on the lowest rank, so we're on the easiest. It'll be a cakewalk. Be very embarrassed if I get if I get killed on this. And I'll be, I mean, it's, you know, it's always, unless you're like, it's your first time getting to a different rank and you're so like, you know, my first time to rank 2, getting killed by a drone, that's not my fault. But other than that, pretty much any time you die in this game, it's your fault. Which is something that I appreciate actually, because, you know, the game is so heavily based on the player's skill. Like it's not really RNG, but it's not like something like The Binding of Isaac where you can kind of have a, oh, that was a really bad decision. Yeah, okay. So that was stupid. Anyway, what I was trying to say is it's not like The Binding of Isaac where your run is kind of made or broken by what items you get. Although having said that, I did just get the most difficult to use gun in the game. Well, it's not necessarily difficult, but it's like the most finicky. Just because it has that weird reload, the weird way to reload it. You have to individually empty out spent shells and then reload them. It's just kind of a pain. Also, the iron sights are horrific. Like you're just pointing and hoping for the best with this thing.
You have seen the signs.
Okay, first tape.
The gradual
Another one?
creeping decay and dysfunction.
Still hear the singing.
You have realized
Was it just
that
left over?
something is
No, there's definitely
wrong
another one.
with
There it
the
is.
idea and the people
Usually you don't find 2 in a room this small.
You know that you are
Lucky.
different.
We're off to a good start.
This is why you are ready to become a receiver.
Really, my only kind of critique that I have of the game is that I wish there was more tiles. You know. Oh, there's another one. I'm not even gonna bother trying to shoot that because there's no way I'm gonna hit it from this distance with this gun.
Once you have absorbed these things, you will have taken the first step towards awakening your
But yeah, I mean, I really love this game. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and it's been fun to stream so far today. But I just wish there were just like a few more tiles just to give the game a little bit more variety. Because that's definitely.
The world of the mind stretches far to the horizon.
Do we have another one here?
In this space, it's tempting to dwell in the past or explore
Alright, it must be in that
possible
part.
futures.
That's, I think, really the weakest part of the game is. Oh yeah, here we go.
Visiting 100 unlikely
Alright.
scenarios.
We're gonna go ahead and shoot that one because we've got a few in a short period of time, and I don't want to be stuck just standing still listening to tapes.
In contrast,
Let me
sharp
find the
focus
fifth.
is always concentrated on the present moment. What action do you have to take right now?
And there's the 5th.
Moment necessitating the next thought and action in a correct sequence. We live in a world in which
There are
hostile
some
thoughts and ideas
there are some mods for the
constantly
game.
present in the
I don't know if
media,
there are any that
pressing in on
that
our
add
consciousness.
more
Events are
maps.
often also outside our control.
The only one that I'm super familiar with is called Torture Chamber, and that's just because my friend who introduced me to the game, like that's all he plays now because he has so many hours in the base game. And that adds like some new lore tapes, but it makes the game a lot more difficult. So you have to collect 20 tapes on every rank instead of 5 or 4. Whew. And it adds trip mines,
can
and maybe
follow
some
your
other stuff too, I'm not
information
sure.
environment.
Um,
Act. Don't
and that
react.
that has kind of its own like kind of sub community, which is really neat. There are a few people who kind of just stream that mod, and there was like an event for it last week, which was neat. But I don't know. I need to. I kind of want to beat the game um, by itself a couple of times. There's an achievement for beating it 5 times, which is one of the 3 achievements I have left. So I want to get that before I kind of look at downloading any mods. I'm curious to see what's out there. I know that Overgrowth had a pretty good modding community despite its issues. But I think this game has a much smaller player base than Overgrowth did. So I'm not sure how much is out there, but I'm curious to find out. It is neat though for the torture chamber mod. They actually commissioned the voice actor for the tapes to do the ones that they created for the mod, which is really neat. And kind of helps, you know, that's you know, one of the things with player created content for games is that it doesn't always integrate super well. But if you're getting the voice actor to read them like he does in the original, like a lot better way. Because you know, in things like in games like Skyrim is like the one I have the most experience with the modding community with, and you know, you have a lot of like storyline mods and stuff like that, and a lot of them are really fantastic. But there's also, you know, a big difference between a lot of the ones that are player made and then the base game. You know, like a lot of them have no voice acting or like really shitty voice acting, and it's harder to
we have developed a technique called
I feel like it's harder to enjoy stuff like that
a new
than it
set of
is.
tapes has been issued to train
Got one down
to
there.
prepare you.
See, can I hit that?
Receiver
Yeah.
trained with a core mind tech.
It's easier to enjoy it if you kind of go the extra mile with your player created content and make sure it integrates really well into the base game.
Caused by outside influence and allows you to regain control. Like all mind tech, your core
And I mean, obviously, like
of thoughts. Where are you?
a mod for something like this game doesn't necessarily need that kind of voice acting integration, but you know, with that mod, they decided to add new lore. I think it's really cool, and I think it you know, worked out well to have the original voice actor do the VA for it. I think it's really neat. But you know, like stuff like RimWorld, you don't have to, you know, I'm not gonna say it's easier to mod because, you know, there's a lot of challenges that come with modding, but at least with something like RimWorld, you know, you don't have to worry as much about trying to get it to integrate. You don't have to worry about, if you're adding kind of lore to the game, you don't have to worry about, will this, you know, will players feel like this fits in well if I don't have it voice acted. It's not a good comparison because, like, of course you wouldn't have voice acting in RimWorld. But you know what I mean, I'm kind of just rambling on. Get some water. Play it safe, kill the drone. We got a sleeper turret there. Do you still have your taser on you? Yep. No? No. Anyway, we played it safe. Alright, deactivate you. Get the bullets. Typically the turrets do, and the ceiling turrets drop bullets when you disable them, but as you progress through the ranks, your less likely to get ammo to drop. Ammo just becomes more scarce the further you make it, and you know, that's one of the ways that the game kind of ups the ante. So like right now, you know, we're really not hurting for ammo, and that's, you know, in large part because this is rank 2, right? So there's plenty of ammo to be found. But my experience from the higher ranks is, you know, ammo's a lot more scarce. You have to be a lot more careful with your shots. Like if there's a turret that you need to shoot to get past it, and you shoot it once and you mess up the shot, you maybe just need to go a different way now, you know? Like if I mess up a shot to get through one way, is it really worth me trying that shot again if I only have, you know, like 4 bullets left or whatever? So you have kind of a lot more strategic decisions. See, we got 2 more tapes to find. It's not bad. I think we should get. Shouldn't jinx myself. Let's just go back up to the level and go this way. Anyway, I was trying to say I shouldn't jinx myself, but I feel pretty good about getting back to rank 3 with this. What? I keep trying to jinx myself, it looks like. Alright, so we got 2 turrets up here. It's fine. See if I can. Okay. Well, that last shot got the ammo box and knocked it over, so I don't have to worry about that one anymore. Let's see if I can get it. Try to hit the battery pack. There we go. So with the turrets, you know, you can hit them in this base that they have, but it's a little harder to hit. And in the earlier ranks, it's pretty common to find them exposed like this, so you can see the red lighting, and that helps you aim a little.
We brush our teeth twice
But
a
in
day.
later ranks, you know, sometimes you just find them anyway. They just won't have the they'll have that covered up, and so it's a little hard to hit. Hello, Moss. Welcome in. Thank you for sitting with your dollop.
Your mind to suit its purpose. To survive the mind kill, you must intentionally train your focus, your compassion, your motivation, or it will atrophy and die.
Guess I didn't load that. How you doing today, Moss? Whoop. Oh, I dropped. Why did I? I don't remember dropping that, but I guess I must have dropped it for a reason. Where is the drone? Drone is up here. Let's clear the drone. Alright, and we've got our 5th tape. Heading back to rank 3. Oh, also, I think I forgot to mention it this stream. Oh man, that sucks. Sorry to hear that, Moss. Is it less demanding for you to play games? Or is it because you're playing games on something else? Like, I guess it must be to do with whatever art software you use, maybe. But yeah, what I was gonna say is that I forgot to mention it on the stream, but as you can see in the bottom right corner, I commissioned Sada to make me a little Vibin emote, which is one of the options on her Ko-Fi store. Cannot take all the stream. Oh, okay. So do you use your iPad for art and um, like cast that to your PC or what? I can't remember. That's what Spree does. I can't remember what it's called. But that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you gonna Oh yeah, you said you're gonna get it upgraded. So you're like trying to switch internet provider or something? I know that dealing with that stuff is really frustrating. We're really lucky where we currently live, because we were able to get Google Fiber. But everywhere, like the place that we lived, when we were both still in college, had just like really shitty and inconsistent Wi-Fi.
But beyond your world is
Which
another.
it's frustrating. There's a faster plan with better upload speed. I need the owner on the account to upgrade. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you can get it figured out soon. Shit, drone.
One of the few that we can help. We call you receivers.
But I mean the Slay the Spire streams are fun too. But I know that it's, you know,
with time you too could learn.
it's frustrating when you can't do the thing that you actually want to do. So I feel for you, and I really hope that you can get it figured out soon. Keep my little fingies crossed for you.
They have been weakening your mind through your media, lowering your natural defenses.
Man, I love it when the drones mess themselves up.
All we can do is prepare.
Oh yeah, but to finish my thought, I commissioned Solder to make a cabbage vibin. And I'm really happy with how it's turned out, but it is stuck in Twitch emote jail. So for the time being, he just vibes on my overlay. But I cannot wait. I cannot wait for him to get approved so that I can just spam cabbage vibing all over the place. I'm like thrilled with how it turned out. And Solder is completely cracked. Like I commissioned her at like 8 PM on last Friday, and she sent me the finished results at like 2 AM Saturday morning. Which was it's, you know, on Ko-Fi she says expect like a 2 to 3 day turnaround, which even then I was like, that's a quick turnaround. But it ended up being a lot faster than I expected, obviously. Probably need to empty these out. Okay, we do not have any spare ammo. That is not ideal. Shit. There's a tape right there. Ooh, who'd you make a PNG to before? Alright, we're just gonna run, grab this, and go back.
Colt won most of the U.S. military contracts. The Smith & Wesson
well, I didn't see that there. I think for me, it's having so much exposure to Spree. As far as they're gonna program. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'll have to check them out so I can see art. But yeah, I'm just used to the Spree workflow. And to be fair, she works on things a lot faster off of stream than she does on stream for obvious reasons. But still, it's just kind of wild. It's wild. And like, also, it seems like just pixel artists in general are just like absolutely cracked. Like Nady Cakes is absolutely insane when it comes to pixel art. Like he does really fun like little timed doodle challenges on his channel. Let me give Nady a shout out. I really enjoy his streams. But he does like little doodle challenges, and he'll do it's like you have 3 minutes to make whatever the prompt is. Um, and he'll make an animation, and you know, like it's usually 2 or 3 frames, but like still, I don't know how. Like it's absolutely insane to me that you can make an animation in 3 minutes. It's just like it's just a whole nother level of cracked. And not just like, not just like a good, very readable animation. It's just insane. So impressive. I wish that I have a sprite and um I've looked at it a couple of times, but like I don't have any traditional art skills. So like I don't have the artist's eye, and I just don't really have the patience. Um, and I feel like, um, you know, like it's one thing to go from pixel art if you have like experience drawing or something, because then you have, you know, you can visualize your ideas, and you have like experience in putting your ideas into a physical form. But for me, I just don't have that. Ooh. Yeah, I'm afraid I can't help you on that one, Moss. Colors colors are also just something I've always struggled with. Um, like Spree always likes it when I pick out her socks for her outfit, whatever she's wearing, and for a really long time, blocked off. For a really long time, I would pick out socks that just didn't go with the outfit, and I couldn't understand why the colors of the socks that I had picked out were wrong. Took a it took a long time for me to learn how to pick out the right color socks. But again, that's, you know, it's just like kind of one of the, it's a skill, I guess, um to understand. Like Spree is like absolute. I'm like an oh, where was that? Spree is on just like a completely different level when it comes to color theory. Like she's really into that. She knows a lot about like what works and what doesn't color wise, pairing things. Whereas me, I don't understand any of that. And that's fine. I'm good at other things, allegedly. Oh yeah, Dandy's great with color too.
The
Alright.
unconscious mind is critical
I'm not
in the
doing
development
super
of
well on
mind tech.
picking out tastes.
What seems like downtime is the slow and meticulous refinement of your true self. When less
We've got
attention is
one
spent
that's
on
up here
fleeting
somewhere.
banalities, the mind grows stronger.
Oh,
The threat
shit.
understands this
Negligent
and has
discharge.
created
Oops.
systems that inundate you with a sea of interruptions, each one claiming to be critical,
Okay.
and each one focusing
So we're gonna
on
wait
your
for this to pan
desires
back
and your
around.
fears.
Now we
Each
run for it.
distraction on its own seems harmless, like a drop of rain.
Time for you to
But
die,
like
sir.
a relentless downpour, this unending torrent is able to erode a mountain. Limit your overall exposure to distractions.
Let's use the full magazine.
Uninterrupted time focused on a task is time spent honing your mind tech. In this way, training the body is training the mind.
It's already had one chambered. Alright, what do we got? We got a drone down there. Oh. Alright, we got a turret down here. It's going a lovely little tape. Don't mind if I do.
Rich
Thank you
was
kindly.
starting to think about death a lot after the sudden death of his sister. He loaned his sidearm to a friend because he was worried that he would be possessed by the threat.
Alright. This tile. So this is the towers tile. I don't know if
Brett
that's
took
what its
control of
official
his
name is, but
body
that's what my
and
friend
drove
calls
him
it.
to the Golden Gate Bridge.
This one is usually really good
He was
for
breathing in
finding
the foggy air, about to
tapes.
let go, when two officers grabbed him.
Looks like we just have one this time.
Now, later, when he progressed further in his receiver
Alright, we got
training, Rich
arcade.
started to see that he had never been a burden on anyone. Humans have a
Please, sir, may I have
fundamental
some
need to help
tapes?
one another, and by gracefully accepting the help he
Please,
needed,
sir.
he allowed his friends and family to fulfill
Won't you
their
give me
own
some
needs to feel useful and
tapes?
appreciated.
Shit.
It took him
Bollocks,
years
that's a
of
drone.
slow improvement and cultivating healthy habits, but
Ooh,
he
there he
eventually
goes.
found
Oh no!
the
And I got hit. Fuck. And we're back to rank 1. Yeah. I need Spree to start streaming so I can raid in and have my misery ended. Usually once I... Oh god, now I've got the worst gun in the game. Usually once I start having a run of bad luck in this game, it just keeps going. But, you know, who knows. Well, I say who knows, but like I just said, I've now got the worst gun in the game, so... I don't think my luck's gonna turn around. Or maybe I'm just anti-jinxing myself. I don't think there's a tape up there, so it's not follow. Ooh. Tape there. Let's wait for it to pan, and then we'll just run to it and hack it. Easy squeezy.
Control your breathing as you approach the door, slowly slicing the pie
inventory.
as you go. You're in the fatal funnel now as you move in a semicircle past
Alright,
the
what have we
door.
got? Okay.
Don't rush.
Let's maybe go
Everything.
up
Focus beyond
to
that
the
front
elevators.
sight. Let your body aim for
Oh,
you.
and another tape.
Breathe.
Good thing I came back.
Corners clear. It's time
Oh,
to
and
choose
another one.
direction and command.
Wow.
Left or right? Which way lies
3
victory?
in very close
Which way
proximity. You don't see that
death?
very often.
Only
Nice,
one
makes
way
my job
to
easier.
find out. Breathe. Don't dawdle in the doorway.
Alright, so we got
You're
something to the
silhouette,
right.
and that's where the guns are aimed. And
Oh, and a
sweep the
4th tape.
to encompass
Holy
the
shit.
whole space.
We've already got 2
It's a
queued, so I'm
difficult
just gonna shoot that one.
Practice makes perfect.
Dandy!
Slow is smooth.
Welcome in.
Smooth is fast.
Me and Moss were just
After
talking about how
World War
cracked you
II,
are
a
at picking
military
colors.
study concluded that only a quarter of American soldiers
How you doing
were
today, Dandy?
willing to
Hope you're
line
doing
up
well.
their sights on a human target. Now, to combat this problem, the Army found ways to dampen our natural aversion to killing one another. They replaced
Did you
bullseye
say
targets with human
it's
silhouettes,
because you're very good at
gave
picking
training
colors.
conditions more similar to actual combat, and
Moss and
trained
I were
recruits
appreciating
who
your
were
color
taking
picking
personal
skills.
responsibility for killing.
I don't remember what. I don't even remember how it came up.
You can eventually learn to stop seeing people at all. And
Yeah, we were
just
talking about people being cracked, and then I somehow got onto like color theory,
even
and I was talking about how I'm really bad at picking. Spree likes it when I pick out socks for her for an outfit, and I used to be really bad at picking them out because I didn't understand how colors matched.
So cheap that High Point offers a
And then we were also talking
transferable
about how you're very good
warranty,
at picking
whether
out
you
colors
buy
too.
it first, second, or 11th hand.
Whereas it's
It's
just
so
not a
heavy
skill that I
that shipping
possess.
it back generally costs more than just buying a replacement. The High Point is something of a gateway gun. Those on the fence about getting into firearms will often buy one
I
to test
hear
out the
the
idea
sound.
before
There we
saving
go.
up for a real one. It can
Oh,
also be
shit,
used
was
as
that-
a cheap backup for those who want
That
to
might have been
keep
the
one in
fifth
their
one.
truck or boat or
But I hear another
wherever
one.
else they're
The nice thing is that if you
The High Point even has cheap taste in
if
cartridges.
you pick up a 6th one, it automatically you don't have to listen to him. There it is.
Hollow point rounds. The mind kill
Those two.
degrades the condition of firearms, making them much more likely to malfunction. You can clear most malfunction by tapping the magazine to make sure it's seated, racking the slide to chamber a new
It's really
round,
funny to me.
then you're ready to go. Tap, rack, bang.
It's really like a large part of my community is 15. To be fair, black and white stuff with ink is very cool. But it's really funny to me how, I mean, um, uh, like obviously a lot of my community comes, like a lot of the people who follow me, I don't think I'm established enough to say that I have a community. Um, but you know, like obviously a lot of people come by way of Spree and the other Seok streams. Um, and it's so funny how like I mean obviously pretty much everyone who is a streamer and is in Seok or is Seok adjacent is an artist and makes really good art. And so I talk about it, and I really enjoy watching everyone's art streams, and I'm just so hopelessly bad. So hopelessly bad at art. Of almost any kind. I'm good at photography. Not that I've done much recently. Where's tape? Yes, where are you, tape? Hello? Tape? Where is it? Yeah, that's fair. I do appreciate art. It's true. Can confirm. Where's this tape? Oh. I haven't seen one that long. All I can say is I worked really hard to understand colors, so I know I've improved, but it's crazy to me when people compliment things I always view as as we get. That's I think I get where you're coming from with that. It's difficult to see your own progress on something. Especially if it's something that is like a gradual change. You know, like the easiest comparison is like, you know, if you start like exercising to improve your health or lose weight or whatever it is you do that for, it's hard for you to see those changes, right? Because you look in you know, you look in the mirror every day, and so it's hard to pick up on changes yourself, but it's easier for other people to see those changes. And I guess maybe it's the same with Alright, evidently I couldn't go there. Anyway, I was trying to say something poignant, and then I died, so I've kind of lost my train of thought. Let's try this again. Well, I'm glad you I'm glad you got it. I've been really rambling on this stream, so I think this stream the kind of talking to myself has kind of clicked, and I think I've done a better job of kind of just rambling through things. Alright, let's go around this way.
In a disordered mind, fear
Yeah, I think it's that's you know that's kind of a skill too. I think we actually talked about that at one point in one of your streams. But it's not something I feel like I'm super good at yet, and it's kind of challenging. And I feel kind of like discouraged in myself if I'm having a hard time doing it, because you know it's like why would like if I'm not saying anything, why would someone want to come and watch my stream or whatever? But I think today has been an improvement because it's I kind of just overwhelmed Ofa. Ofa was in here earlier, and I was kind of just throwing so much information at him about this game, and then I just kind of kept rambling after that.
When the threat kills people by suicide, it usually turns out that they never asked their family or friends for help. They were saving that for later, when it got really bad.
And it's also, it's, you know,
under attack by the threat, ask for help.
No, I don't think it's, for me at least, it doesn't,
When fighting in low light conditions,
For
use
me,
the hairy
if
stick.
I'm like checking out a
First,
new
hold your
stream,
firearm straight
I
out in front
wanna
of you with your dominant hand. Then hold the flashlight in your offhand with an ice pick.
like I wanna
Press the
be
backs of
able
your
to get
hands
a good
firmly
impression
together,
of
with the
who
light
it
facing
is
forwards.
to decide if
This
there's someone that
provides
I
some
want to follow
stabilizing isometric tension,
or
allowing
hang
you to
out in their
control
chat or whatever.
recoil more effectively than shooting with
And
one
it's
hand
much
alone,
easier to figure
though
that
it's
out
still worse than
if the
firing
streamer
with
is
a normal
rambling,
two-handed grip.
right? Like often, when like if I'm in a stream and someone if I'm hanging out in a stream and someone raids in, like I'll check them out and and I'll like look at their most recent stream and if it's hard for me to find a patch where they're talking, like it's much less likely that I'm gonna like find something to like or follow them or check out their streams or whatever. I think it's a good thing. I like to go hard into subjects, but then I get quiet. Yeah, you know, it's like I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? You know,
but the sheets tore.
there's always gonna be like you're not always gonna have like the same energy for the especially
confident in herself, she reacted less and less to the bullying until
God, I'm really struggling to
at all.
I've been talking so much to fry my brain.
That it wasn't
You know, like my
her
streams have been like like usually an hour and a half.
when
I don't
with
even
others,
remember where I
she
was going with
only
this.
had to ask herself whether she
I remember where I was
liked
going with
them.
this, but like
There
you know,
are
like Spree and a lot of other
who
people in this community
with the voice of the threat and a true
have much longer like Spree streams for 8 hours.
removing its
I still don't understand how she does it, but you know, there's obviously with a stream that long, there's gonna be like lulls
as a shield
and
against
stuff.
the threat, and how to
Anyway, my
skills
point with that was supposed to be,
at her school.
I don't think there's anything wrong with like going hard into topics or going off on a tangent or whatever, and then having periods where it's less of that. That was my point. I didn't I didn't do a job. I didn't do a job. I didn't do a good job explaining that. Really struggling. Okay, so I got this game earlier. I also haven't really been talking about the game very much recently in this stream. This one's kind of a weird one because you have to individually unload or load shells. Yeah, having a talkative chat definitely makes a difference. Because then, you know, it's not so reliant on whatever you have to share that day or whatever's going on in the game or whatever. You can just kind of bounce off of chat, which is nice too, because then, you know, you have that kind of audience interaction, and it then you as the streamer have like more of a feeling that people are like hanging out, whatever, and then it's also better for the viewers because well, A, you're actually saying something, and B, you know, the whole reason that people, or what I imagine the reason is for a lot of people, is you want to like you want it to feel like you're interacting with someone who's doing something that you're interested in, right? So like I don't I mean I don't I love the art that people make in Siok and the adjacent communities, but I'm not interested enough in art that I would go out of my way to watch like an art process YouTube video. Instead, what I'm there for is like the interactions between chat and the streamer, and the interactions between chat and other chat members, and then also, you know, like the kind of interactions you get that lead to other interesting shit. You know, like you know, someone making a suggestion, things like that. Anyway, that was another. Oh, that was a bad mistake. We bungled it. Yes, like beanhole. It's not my fault. Moss just said that. Oh, you're pointing out the fact that the doll moved by itself. It's the craziest thing. Spree had set up that stupid doll to like hang out on the couch earlier, and I found it too disturbing. Had to move her back to the sunroom. Um, Also, I haven't given my little stream update spiel in a little bit. I think it might have been, I think it was maybe before Moss was here. I do have a new emote. I commissioned Soda. It is the little vibin cabbage in the bottom right corner. Yeah, you can say beanhole here. I hate it, but I'm not going to stop you. The little vibin cabbage, I love it, but it is currently stuck in Twitch jail. So hopefully that'll be available soon because I'm desperate to spam him everywhere. No. I mean, if you want to, you can. I'm not gonna. Like I said, I'm not gonna. Like you can. You're free to say it. And then the other update is that I got TTS set up. Same way. I mean, like it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, TTS is set up now. It's set up the same way that Spree has it. So, it is set up so that a message with 1 bit will be read out, and then also it should be set up so that if someone subscribes and leaves a message with the subscription, it'll read that too. Need help setting it up? If you want, I can try and explain it to you. But Spree did most of the work in setting it up for me. Also, it's through Stream Elements. Although there's another way you can. Anyway, I'm probably not the person to ask. I'm probably just gonna end up confusing you, but I will try and help you if that's what you want. But you have to set up. You have to like set up I'm assuming you use Stream Elements. So if you use Stream Elements, you set it up as like an alert box, or it's like through the alert box setup in the overlay.
Experiences are feelings.
I feel like I didn't really do a good job explaining that there,
If an event that creates
but maybe you understood.
happens often enough, or
Like I said,
is
I'm probably
intense,
not the best person to
it can
ask.
create a phobic reaction.
But it was
Even after distancing oneself from these events,
I mean, if you want, I can,
phobic elements
like, I'm happy to
persist.
like jump in a Discord call and share my screen with you or whatever, so I can kind of show you how it's set up.
Water flowing down a river. And
It's
water flowing. These thoughts
it's
can
surprisingly
be
difficult to
stone
find like good
enough time.
tutorials online
Trauma is like
for that.
and over time,
Like
correct
like when I was
thoughts can
because you know I'm
package
stubborn and I
shape it.
wanted to try and do it myself
Eventually
without
allow
asking for
thoughts
Spree's
to
help.
pass safely
Um,
smoothly around them.
And like almost all of the video tutorials that have been made are specific to Streamlabs, which I obviously don't use. And I don't know how to do the captions either. Okay, I definitely cannot help with the captions because I don't preset that up and I don't understand how it works. But I think I can probably help you with the TTS if you want me to. Just let me know. Oh, we gotta take me by. Oh. There it is.
No matter what Alex did, she found that she couldn't handle being bullied at school.
Alright, cool. Yeah, just
She read a pamphlet from the receivers. She
just
recognized
whenever.
that she was in and stored her sidearm
I
deposit
typically
box
don't
to make sure the threat could easily get to it. Now,
I usually don't have
tried
Discord
before,
open,
but
but I have recently
she
changed
swore.
the
She wore a scarf to hide the marks and started receiver training in earnest.
I don't usually have Discord open, but I
As she
changed
became more
my
confident in
mobile
herself,
settings
she
so that it
reacted
gives me
less
notifications if people DM me or mention me, so I'll know if you send me a message.
Alex grew to
Yo, hey,
understand
Kinix.
it wasn't her problem that people liked her or
Yeah, no worries.
hated
I'm actually going to
other
be ending
characters.
soon, but
When
it is nice to
interacting
see
with
you.
others, she only had to ask herself whether she
I had like
them,
one good run
there are
at the beginning,
many people in
and then
this
I
reality
bundled it,
speak with the voice of the
bungled it
threat,
in
but
rank
a
3,
true receiver can
and
recognize that voice,
I have just been
removing
making
its
stupid
power
mistakes in
to
rank 2 ever
deceive.
since.
She learned to create boundaries around herself as
Oh,
a
no, I'm
shield
out too, it seems.
against the threat, and how to extend those skills to protect others.
Shit.
In the face of frustration,
Case in point,
it's
stupid mistake.
normal to feel anger and disappointment. Receivers are trained to understand and accept these feelings and allow them to flow through their mind unobstructed and out the other side, leaving only clarity and resolve.
Alright, where is this tape? I haven't tried yet, Tandy, to tell you the truth. Oh, there it is. It is on my list of things to do. The problem is that I spree did most of the setup with my initial over. Like I think I can. I think I know. I think I can probably figure out how to do the Man, 3 call actions in a row. Call army. I can do the PNG tube by myself, and I'll try setting it up after the stream. But the the actual overlay scene I probably need Spree's help. Yeah, we're at dime a dozen mechanics. I just prefer it. Um, uh, like I don't have a problem showing my face on stream. But you know, it's just easier, and like I don't have to worry. Like it's kind of a little bit more interesting than not having any visual of me. And there's less pressure on me than with having my webcam on. So it's just like, I don't know, it's just like an easier way to stream, in my opinion. Anyway, I didn't get very far today. Didn't have any good runs. But it is 5. Spree has started her stream. Kinix, you since you haven't been here before, I'll just explain. Spree is my fiance, and she streams 4 days a week, and I raid into her when my stream is done. Oh, that's a very valid reason, Danny. Um, but yeah, I had fun today. I did a good job. I think I'm gonna I haven't been bothering to upload my VODs. But I probably will upload this one because I feel like I was rambling enough and saying enough interesting things about Receiver to make it worth watching. Um, but yeah, I had fun. Kinix, I will let you know next time I'm streaming Receiver. I think I'll probably stream this again next time I stream, and I will probably stream again tomorrow. But it probably just depends on if anything at work comes up. So I'll send you a Steam message to let you know if I'm gonna be. I forgot to remind you that I was gonna stream it today. But yeah, thank you to everyone who came and hung out. I had fun playing it today, even though it was bad at it. I technically. No, you're good, Kinix. All right. Um, Here we go. Do I? Yeah, I've got. Here's a cheeky little. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to get a raid message together before we go. All right. Feel free to copy and paste. It's a BTTV emote. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it, and I'll see you guys soon.
You're not double braid.